So we've just stopped off after lunch, that gorgeous lunch that we had, and this area here is what they call the mini Sahara. And out here, these argan trees are over 100 years old. We're going to have a little look later on and get a bit more information on the argan, which obviously is for the oil, and how they make it. You break it open, there's a little almond inside, it's crushed, and that's what creates the almond oil. And these trees here are the ones that the goats like to climb and they like to eat from. So you never know, at some point we might get to see them climbing up a tree and having some. I've got to be careful walking backwards in this sand, but it is absolutely gorgeous. The sand, yep, really, really hot. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful sand. Oh, and there's a slight breeze, really, really hot. Beautiful, beautiful creatures. Lovely, lovely animals. The camels walking on the sand. Beautiful. Wow, and they're fairly tall as well. Big, big creatures. The desert horse.
One second, wait for the ladies.
Amy, can you just get out of the way? Sorry, I've got to do this one.
I took the picture with the girls, bless them.
Okay, we've stopped off once again on our way back to Agadir. We're just outside Tiznit, and this is one of 19 dams here in Morocco. It's been here for over 1,000 years, apparently. It's a little bit difficult to understand what our guide is saying. He speaks fluent French, so that's okay for the French people, but I'm struggling to understand a little bit of what he's saying. But it is beautiful, as you can see. A little bit windy, but it's a lovely warm wind, so not too bad at all. I mean, it's one of those days where it's sunny but quite windy as well, and that's where you get sunburnt. You know, it can be quite deceiving. But if you look out across the view there, wow, beautiful. Like I said, there's 19 dams here in Morocco, and it's been here for around 1,000 years. Just look at that, just stretches on and on. You can see for miles here. I'm not sure what the radius and distance that you can see, but I'd imagine it's a good 20-30 miles that we can see for. And on a totally clear day, I mean, there is a little bit of a mist at the moment. On a totally clear day, it would be pushing sort of 40-50 miles of beautiful scenery. Absolutely beautiful. Unspoilt by man. I know there's a dam there, but this really is unspoilt by man. And it looks, just at the top of this hill, it looks like there's a gentleman that actually lives here as well, which is really, really impressive, you know, because I'd imagine that in the winter it can be quite extreme up in this area. But it is simply stunning. Morocco has pulled up a lot more than I imagined it would have. It's so much more varied, so much more beautiful. The scenery, where it seems that every turn that you make that there's something new to see that takes your breath away. And we couldn't possibly hope for a better day, really. It started off quite cloudy this morning, but it has turned out to be a beautiful, beautiful day here in Morocco. And it's definitely somewhere that I would come back to and try and see a lot more of. Because this is only the tip of an iceberg of Morocco that we've seen on this tour. The people have been splendid, the scenery's been splendid, the activities that we've done have been splendid. So far it's rating very, very high in my places to visit for a second time. Maybe Marrakesh or somewhere like that, one of the major cities, next time as well, to get a bit more of their culture and what they do and how they live. It's amazing, really, that Mother Nature has provided humanity here everything that they need to live comfortably. I was speaking to a gentleman just a few days ago, taxi driver, and I said, working hard? He said, yes. I said, you have a family? He said, yes. I said, you know, is the money good? And he said, no, not really. But he said that he was happy. And you know what? He said, I don't want to be the best, I don't want to have lots of money, I just want to be happy. And in this rugged landscape that we see here, where they all live, he's happy. And for me, that's the most important thing. Can have a little bit of a climb up here and just see. Oh, there we go. Wow, beautiful, really, really beautiful. And this place really does call out to me and say happiness, peacefulness, tranquility. Such a lovely way to live. A really nice lifestyle. I mean, I couldn't see how somebody could live out here and not be satisfied and not be happy. You know, they seem to have everything that they need, everything to get by and to be satisfied. Really, you've got to take your hat off to them. I think in the Western world, I know this is a third world country, in the Western world we're so materialistic on the things that we want, and especially other places where people are competing with the next door neighbour, keeping up with the Joneses, as they say. But over here I've not experienced any of that. The poor and the rich live quite happily side by side, and that's got a lot to be said for it. That's something really, really special, that we can all realise that we're all one family, no matter where we are, no matter what we've got, but we're all one family under the heavens.
Now this is argan oil, this is amlo, this is honey.
Ah, okay.
So this is argan oil. It's very rich with vitamin E, omega 3, 6 and 9. It's good for cholesterol and high blood pressure. This is amlo with argan oil and orange honey. Yeah? This is peanut with argan oil and orange honey. This is carob honey. It's good for digestive, stomach. This is cactus honey. It's good for sore throat. Yeah. This is thyme honey. It's also good for sore throat. It's antioxidant. This is lavender honey. It's neutral antiseptic. This is orange honey. It's good for people who have stress.
Stress.
Please take some.